Thanks very much indeed. Can I start with a bit of injury news, if there is any, please, Scott?
No real injury news. To be fair, we're all good. Come out the game the other day well, so yeah, everything's fine in terms of that.
Looking ahead to tomorrow, Wolves' form has been poor, to say the least, since before Christmas. They've been a little bit out of sorts, certainly the games I've seen them. You've got to win this one, really, haven't you? Especially with the fixtures that lie ahead.
Yeah, a lot. Every game we've got to win. We've been in this position for a long time in the sense of where we are as a team and what we want to do. So yeah, of course, Friday night is a game that we want to win, but so will be the following week against Arsenal. And while I understand and the team understand that with now 7 games to go, that the end of the season nears, them games become more important, or certainly the essence on them games are to win. But nothing's really changed in my mindset. So yeah, a winnable game, and one we're going to go into and try and get a positive result out of on Friday night. And I understand what you're saying in terms of Wolves and where maybe they've been in terms of form, but an incredibly gifted side with players in their team that can cause many a problem. So yeah, we'll be aware of that.
You may have heard after your game at Villa, Graham Souness, your old manager, saying that he feels that you are getting the maximum out of this current squad that you have at your disposal. Do you agree with him, or do you kind of have to believe that, in spite of what he says, you have to get even more out of him in the next couple of games?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you have to try and keep trying to push and try and get every single ounce. And while that's possible, while there's still games to go, sitting in my position, have we done well? Yeah, I think we've done well. Have we improved? For sure we have. But on the flip side of that, is there room still for more improvement? Can we do better? Can we improve certain areas to get some points and win some games in this division? Yeah, we can really. So while I've been pleased with how the team have progressed and what the team are doing, there's also an element that I understand that what is going to be successful for me personally and this team this year is us staying in this division. So at this moment, where the land lies, that we're not in that position. But with 7 games to go, is there another bit we can keep pushing? Me and my staff and the team are constantly looking at that and constantly trying to push as much as we can to make us successful this year.
You said your players weren't streetwise enough after the Villa game. They didn't manage the game properly in the latter stages. How, or do you believe they have it within them to get those attributes into their game in time for the running? Because I can't imagine it's something you can just make a switch to achieve. It comes with time, doesn't it? That kind of level of streetwise conduct that you're talking about?
Comes with time, comes with experience, of course. Comes with being in them situations and understanding where you went wrong last time. Young team. We're here, a young squad and a young group of players that not only operating in the Premier League for the first time, but probably certain situations. And I think you're right in saying that. Well, we ain't got time. And in the Premier League, that's exactly it. Sometimes you haven't got the essence of that. What we have got is 7 games left, and we need to learn quickly. We need to learn quickly from the other day, and what was an amazing and very, very good, comfortable away performance at 1-0 when we went 1-0 up. Limited them to 1 shot. I think it was on target. We was very, very solid in our approach, and we, away from home, going to Villa Park, nicked a goal. And really, for a large part after the goal, I liked us, controlled the game really well. But the impact of their goal was big. And I think we see that. And before you know it, I think there was a desperation about us to win the game. I think there was an honesty, everything about it. I feel psychologically their equaliser just really, it was a big blow for us, which psychologically we didn't handle too well. And that's what happens with young players and sometimes young teams. And sometimes when you're that desperate for something, when a little bit of adversity happens, it can really damage you, and that was the case at the weekend. So never too high, never too low, and you want a stable team, a team that with a stable mentality, and as quick as you are high after scoring your goal, you're quickly back down to a stable state where you can be laser focused, make good, sensible decisions, and understand that you can get back on it. And we didn't manage that well enough at the weekend, and like you say, hopefully we'll learn from that. We've gone through that, and hopefully we can be better for it.
Obviously, we know that Mitro scored those goals in the international break. He obviously put you ahead at Villa as well. Does he look like a player who's just in the right mood to help you pull clear of trouble? You sometimes get players, don't you, like that, who rise to the occasion, and he's chosen a good time to hit things.
Yeah, chose a really good time, and he does. He looks every bit of that at the moment. Sharp, energy, a buzz about him. And this is what you often find. Sometimes players need some air. Sometimes players just need to get that spark back, and that burden what's on your shoulders, and certainly as a centre forward sometimes can weigh very, very heavy, and the pressure what that brings. And sometimes, you know, a player just needs that. Mitro's had that. He's had to watch from sitting from the bench and see the team progress and obviously and do well. And like I say, I see someone now who's chomping at the bit to try and score goals, trying to help this team from Monday to Friday, and then I see it on a Saturday as well. So massive part to play for us as a team and us as a football club now on in.
You looked understandably frustrated, obviously, after that Villa game, but how are you coping personally, Scott, with the stress of a relegation battle and everything that comes with it, the pressure? You're still new at this level of management relatively. What does it do to you? You're constantly looking at what clubs around you are doing. How are you coping?
You know what? I'm really comfortable and I'm really fine. I set out the stall. I understood where we was going to be this year. I understood the challenge we were going to face. I understand the dynamics of our team and what's needed, and of course what the stress is and the pressure what comes with football management. It comes in every walk of life, in every job. So of course it's part and parcel of it. But yeah, look, I'm relishing this challenge, and the challenge what we've got ahead of us is 7 games, put ourselves in an unbelievable position, and I want to fight, scrap, do everything in our power to try and give ourselves a chance of trying to stay in this division this season, which will be an incredible achievement for the team, for the football club, and that's my sole aim, and I'm looking forward to that. I really am. I'm relishing that. I can't wait for Friday. However that result pans out, we move on to the next, and we're still in this. And it's been it'll be a year which would have been a journey, and a story hopefully to be told at the end of it.
Just finally for me, you may have seen this morning Swansea City have withdrawn from social media for a period of a week in protest of all the online hate stuff. I noticed you're not really active or you're not active at all on social media. Could you sort of give us an insight as to why that is? Is it because you've probably got enough to do in your job and you could do without that noise in the background? Maybe it creates more problems than it solves?
Yeah, I'm just totally against it. I don't want to engage in it. Gives people a platform, and as you're seeing here now, gives people a platform to make stupid comments that I don't want to be around, don't want to listen to, hold no value to me whatsoever. What someone writes about me or what someone says is really an irrelevance, and social media is taken on the world, it's taken over the world. I see people glued to their phones, pressing a like button to get an approval from someone they don't know, and that's the be all and end all. I'm not surprised in terms of the way it's going. Do I see more teams like Swansea in that sense making a stand? Yeah, for sure, because that's the only way. Things have not moved on, or things certainly ain't getting stopped, and you're still going to have these stupid people what feel that they can from behind a computer screen comment or be critical, or at times be very abusive to people. Don't give them that option. Don't give them that platform. And maybe by doing that, by making a stand, that the companies who are involved in that will act rather than talking about it. And while I understand social media is a large part of probably 90% of the population we live in, it's something that it holds no relevance in my life. And the reasons why is because exactly what you're seeing out there for every comment that someone makes, whether it's good or bad, it's an irrelevance to me.
Scott, thanks very much indeed. Cheers.
Cheers, pal. Thank you.
Thanks, Aidan. We can move to Faye Carruthers, Premier League Productions.
Hi, Scott. How you doing?
Hi, Faye. Good, thank you.
Excellent. Going back to your comments that you made to Aidan regarding the heads and the fact that perhaps nerves have started to creep in a little bit. How do you deal with that? How do you make sure it's not going to affect the final 7 games?
I don't think nerves so much. I think the team are a confident team. They're confident in the way we play, and they understand that. I don't think nerves so much. I just think it's that psychologically sometimes it can dent you, and that has an effect. And whether you're top of the league or whether you're fighting down at the bottom, there's certain elements in elite sport that you sometimes you have, and we've done very well dealing with that throughout the season. To be honest with you, if we wouldn't have dealt with it very well, this team would have been long gone down the road. And what I mean by that is the pressures early on in the season, the ups and downs and the bumps along the way. We've managed to be a mentally stable, strong side that have coped with them bumps. And I just felt that at the weekend we struggled a little bit, and we'll address that like we have this week. We'll go over that, constantly being brutally honest and understanding that mechanisms and putting mechanisms in place to know that when this happens again, or if it does happen, which I'm sure it will, that we'll be better equipped in terms of working it out, really. So that's been the main drive this week, and while then quickly moving on to what we need to do on Friday night.